Just to get the awkward out of the way, how awkward has this offseason been, or has it been? Have you just sort of kind of gone with the flow?
I think about just like everybody, just going with the flow. I mean, it's been a weird off season for everybody with what's going on, and so we're finally getting back in the building, getting hang of everything. So of course, it's been a little awkward.
Okay, we'll go George Bremer.
Jacoby, thanks for your time. I was just wondering about the bike event that you put together in your hometown. How did that come about, and what kind of drove you to organize that event?
It was great question. I picked up cycling, riding bike with a group of older people in my community. They aren't old, but older than me. And it was just one day. It was in the midst of everything going on with the protests and things of that nature. And it was do you want to do a protest? Do you want to be a part of that or anything? So it was more so just the call of action was to find a way to like I said in the video for my event, was to bridge the gap between law enforcement and our community, because I'm from one of those communities where it's prevalent and where in impoverished neighborhoods. So therefore that was what I thought was necessary. Not necessarily just the bike event, but more so just bringing people together and seeing both sides, seeing law enforcement, seeing the community, and and trying to familiarize each other with those faces. And then we created dialogue amongst the police officers with, some of the people in the community and things of that nature. And then now when I'm here, they're hosting bike rides every week. So, I think it was a step in the right direction. Hopefully it's something that's good for my community in the long run.
All right, Zach Kiefer.
Uh-oh.
Jacoby, when Frank called you to let you know they were going to sign Phillip Rivers, were you surprised, and what was your reaction?
Of course I was surprised. But it's the NFL, so it's really no surprises. So yeah.
How has that interaction been with Phillip as a new teammate the last couple of weeks and months?
It's been fine. I mean, NC State grad, QBU, so it's been fine. The competition is still there, so it's a process, and still trying to learn as much as I can. He's been in the game for a while, so definitely try to soak up some knowledge.
All right, Ken Sterling.
Hey, Jacoby, how do you see your role this year? How do you look at that? In what way can you kind of improve this team?
To constantly do what I do. I get better every time I step on the field, and trying to get better each and every day. I think our role each week is going to change for everybody with what's going on, and being ready to play more than ever right now. So that's my approach.
Mike Wells.
Hey, Jacoby, how you doing, man? As you did your self-evaluation of last season, why do you think you put yourself in a position where you weren't able to continue to be the starting quarterback going forward, as far as your production went?
Say that again.
When you sat there and evaluated how you played last season, what do you think went wrong to put the Colts in a position to have to go out and want to sign Phillip Rivers?
I think that's a question for Frank and Chris. I still believe in myself. I know I'm a starter in this league. I know I can play at a very high level. I did it last year. But that's a question for Frank and Chris to answer for you.
Phil B.
Hey, Jacoby. Thank you for your time. You've worked with Tom Brady. You've worked with Andrew Luck. Now you got Phillip Rivers. What did you pick up from the first two guys? What do you think you can glean from Rivers?
It's never in the first month that you really realize what you've learned from that person. Is more so, over time that knowledge really that soaks in, that you get to pick up, and you get to sit back and reflect on a lot of the conversations and interactions that you've had. And that's when you pick up and you go, wow, I learned this from this person. I learned this from that person. So, hopefully, when I look back on this time, I'll be able to say I learned this, and that.
You've been around some pretty good quarterbacks, though, haven't you?
Yeah, they have to.
All right, Greg
Thank
Doyle.
you.
Jacoby, you've entered training camp in a lot of different roles. The clear backup, never started. You've never entered one this year where you were kind of a starter before and now you're the backup again. Just mentally.
Your mic kind of cut out. I missed you a little bit.
Greg,
Just-
yeah, you were breaking up. You
I'm
want
sorry,
to start again?
Yeah, but just basically how has your approach, if it's been different at all, been for this training camp, given that of all the camps you've entered, you've never entered one, quite like this, coming off last year what it was, and it's just a different deal.
I'm not following the question.
Well, you've never entered camp before as a guy that has started and is not starting. You've always come in as the guy, the backup and the great teammate and all that, and everybody says you're a great teammate now, and I've got no doubts about that. What is that like, that transformation from being the guy to not being the guy, but still being a great teammate?
I mean, I'm gonna always be myself, and I'm thankful that my teammates think of me of that nature of being a great teammate, and that'll never change, no matter circumstances or whatever position I'm in. So, my focus is to get better each and every day, and I think my teammates will be able to say that about me the way when I go to work every day.
All right, Kevin Bowen.
Jacoby, Frank's mentioned maybe like a 5 to 7 play package for you on game days. Is that something you've ever done before in your career, and does that change your prep at all when you do get to game days?
I don't recall ever doing that, but hey, I mean, whatever we need to do to win, when that time arises, then we'll tackle that when we get to it. He's mentioned it to me, so but. Got to be ready for everything.
All right. Zach Kiefer.
Jacoby, I think you're a free agent after this season. You're still a relatively young quarterback. Have you thought about the future? Do you think you'll be a starter in Indianapolis? Do you think you'll be a starter elsewhere?
I know I'll be a starter in this league one day again, so wherever that may be.
All right. Anyone else?
And Zach,
Great.
You didn't think that. You knew that.
Hey, I just would rather have you say it.
All right. Appreciate it, guys. Hang on. Phil B, you needed one more?
Yeah, just the heck of it. What do you think you need to work on, Jacoby, when you self-evaluate, like when you were asked before, but what are the things you focus on to make you better?
That's just such a broad question. I think each and every day you find something new. So every day I'm going out to find something new to get better at, to learn more. I got a guy that's been in the NFL for 17 years that's seen pretty much everything. So, find ways to get better as far as understanding what he's understanding and what he's seeing. So, that's a new experience for me.
Thank you, sir.